Welcome to the Northern Mist Podcast. We are two friends in fiber, and we're going to try episode 155 again.
We recorded an entire episode for you last week. I was so full of cold.
Oh.
I sounded horrible.
You sounded very manly. Very manly. And that's my job, personally. So.
It was bad. And then the recording was bad, and the editing was bad, and it was just bad, so we scrapped that episode, and we're doing 155 again.
Oh my goodness. My name is Jocelyn. My co-host is...
Not sick this time.
Not sick. My co-host is named Not Sick this time, which is appreciated. Oh, jeez. Is Diana. She is recovering from a cold. Seasonal allergies have begun for me, and technically, this is a knitting podcast.
Technically.
I have knitting in my lap.
I have different not knitting in my lap.
It's fiber crafting, it counts. Alright, Diana lets everybody know what we're going to cover, and then I almost immediately thereafter distract her with a tangent.
My show notes are real nice to read this time because I just added more notes to last week's notes. They're a bit of a disaster. Much like my apartment right now.
Oh boy.
My parents are very kindly packing for me while I'm here recording.
Yeah, your parents are packing, you're packing, the movers show up Wednesday, your last day of work is Tuesday?
The movers are slightly delayed and will show up Saturday plus maybe 5 days.
Wow.
And I will know 24 hours in advance.
Well, leave enough kitchen stuff that you can eat.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Good idea.
I'm sincerely hoping that I have time to just,
Sit,
chill.
breathe,
Yeah.
knit.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's my plan.
Have me over to keep you company amongst all your boxes?
We might have to go out somewhere because I don't think I have any chairs available. They're covered and buried and stuff.
That's fine, that's what floors are for.
Yeah, it's covered and buried and stuff.
Not by that point it shouldn't be. You should just be boxes stacked in corners.
Oh, you mean after the movers come?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I won't have any chairs.
Yeah, no. You should be packed in advance of the movers. With your parents helping you out. Should be done well before next Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then
it'll just be furniture in boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And zero space to move around.
That's fine.
It's great. I love it.
Like I haven't moved before.
I hate it. I'm never going to do it again. You're never going to see me again. I'm staying in Waterloo. I'm never moving again.
You're moving again.
I know.
You just gotta get rid of excess stuff. You can't cart it with you.
Yeah, tell him that.
I didn't marry him.
I know. Two major faults. Snoring and hoarding. He is otherwise a wonderful
delightful
human being.
but yeah, that'd be his two big ones. He's what did you say? Sounds like a lawnmower riding a bear?
Yes.
Yeah, that man can snore. And
it's much better
hoards,
since the surgery, though.
That was the point of the surgery, so
Yeah.
we could breathe better.
So I think that helped. But there's no surgery for hoarding.
There is no surgery for hoarding. You are correct. But you knew what you were getting into with that because you've seen them. The whole family kind of functions that way.
I know.
Nope, that's the thing, guys.
If I had a crystal ball, I might go back and warn myself. And
you wouldn't have listened to yourself.
No, I wouldn't have.
Mm-mm.
I know me. I'm stubborn like that.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, what we're covering today is...
I'm not recovering. I'm just entering death zone for the next 6 months.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay.
If I cough, I apologize, guys. I'm not contagious. I'm just allergic to everything.
I'm probably still contagious, to be perfectly honest.
Not at this point, you wouldn't be.
I'm just kind of gross.
You're still working it out of your system, though.
We've got What's in Our Cup, Cool Threads, Woolly Workings, Yarn on the Go, Wool Gathering, and Kniterature this week. The same as last week, just with some extra content.
Hey, it works. It makes it sound super robust and very crafty.
Yes.
I think you're right, though. I think it's like the first time we've missed a week in almost 3 years.
Yeah.
We've been pretty good.
We've been late getting things up, but we've never completely missed a week.
Yikes. Alright, let's try to never do that again, because that was stressful and I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, no.
Okay, I am drinking some lemon ginger herba mat tea. It is a local Manitoba tea, guys. They make really good tea, and in my case, my sinuses are draining into the back of my throat, so my throat's really sore, so the lemon ginger kind of keeps everybody happy, and the heat keeps my throat coated.
Yeah, that was me all this week. I finally stopped doing that part, but now I've got the crackly ear sinus thing going on. It's great.
So this is my life from now till when everything dies again.
God. Putting worse allergies on my worst enemy.
Not when the really severe ones. You've got ones where, like, if you take your Claritin or your Reactin and stuff, you're okay. You're like a little bit of itchy, watery, runny eyes, but it's not like you're gonna die. I take some serious stuff and it doesn't do the trick. No,
You're just
fun.
allergic to life.
I'm allergic to people, places, and things. That's the fastest way to sum that up. Pages of nonsense. And I keep getting more. I don't understand.
People, places, and things. All
People,
right.
places, and things.
I'm drinking some pomegranate raspberry from Twinings.
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 I think it's Twinings.
Whatever.
We do this every time.
It's pink and fruity, and I'm happy.
It's tasty and
It
really
is.
good hot or cold.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool threads.
I'm still wearing my usuals. So I've got the Mallow cardigan, which I wear a bunch because it fits under my winter coat very well. And then when it's like 0 degrees, it's a great coat in and of itself. And then I have my Find Your Fade, and I wore my Squish Out for my birthday dinner yesterday.
I, despite having an extra week, did not add anything to my list.
I only added a shawl.
Because last day when we recorded, I was homesick. And then starting on Friday, we're work from home, so I worked. On Friday, I wore my toothless onesie. I was a dragon all day. It was great. In video calls at work, I was a dragon.
Yeah.
Everybody was highly amused.
Why not?
Friday was great. But for actual knits that I wore my Find Your Fade. My Exploration Station, my Socket hat, and my Glam Lamb.
Yeah, your usuals.
Yeah, my usuals. Those are the usual rotations. The Exploration Station, I somehow managed to throw that one on the floor several times. I don't know what I was doing with it, but it wound up on the floor a few times, so that got washed. It's now washed and dried.
Yarn abuse. I cry yarn abuse.
Yeah, it was very abusive.
You worked so hard on that thing.
I know, and I just threw it on the floor. I cleaned it.
That's fair. All right.
Woolly Workings.
We got a lot of workings.
Got a lot of workings. I think you
Guys,
have more workings?
Yeah, there's a project you can't see because I gave it away to the parents-to-be. And they were going to dress their small dog in it before their little human arrives. So I'm assuming it went over well.
I think so.
I gifted away, if you have seen the podcast before, a couple months ago. January? February? Really early in the year. I made a little car seat play baby blanket thing that is easily shoved into a those big diaper bags. That's the word I'm looking for. That moms and dads carry around that you can have so the kid can have tummy time and stuff. I decided it wasn't enough, so I whipped up, and I do mean whipped up. It took 4 hours. 4 episodes of Murdoch Mysteries, which is like 44 minutes or something, right?
Wow.
I was into the 5th episode when I finished. So yeah, about 4 hours. A 6-month sized crocheted baby hooded cardigan.
It's a freaking cute cardigan.
In gray with neon orange trim.
It's really freaking cute.
It is a very adorable, cute little cardigan. So I gave it to the parents last night because they were both at the birthday dinner, which I was super appreciative because I wasn't sure if mom was going to make it because last trimester, babies. It's a lot of baby going on at that point.
Baby wants to do a jig, mom stays home.
There's really not any space for mom at that point. It's just all baby.
Yeah.
Just fine. That's what it's supposed to be, but it can make for some uncomfortable days. So I was fine. I was excited that she was able to make it, and that they both liked their present. And I did warn them that if the baby grows out of that size before we get cold enough to put them in the cardigan, to just let me know and I'll make the next size up. If 6 months took me 4 hours, 9 months shouldn't take me more than like 5.
This is true.
So really? Oh no, I have to watch more Murdoch Mysteries. Ha, the sacrifices I make. Sacrifices I make. So those were done and gifted finally. I even wove in the ends because I was giving them away.
Whoa.
Diana finally also got her birthday present. That's another finished object I have.
Yeah.
She has her travel companion now.
Yeah.
She has to name the thing. I don't know. It's a little crocheted. It's supposed to be an amigurumi. Thank you. I can't. I didn't want to work on a worsted weight yarn and a 3.5mm hook, so I went to my super bulky yarn and a 5mm hook. that worked out great.
It's so cute. Those
And it's
derpy
not-
little eyes.
Yeah.
Just derping away in my head. There we go.
So I made her the mini octopus pattern that I found on Ravelry that I thought was really cute and adorable. So
It's so cute.
she now has her companion for her road trip later in April, probably, given how the weather's going.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And
So,
then there's nice.
and I made a bunch of stitch markers and progress keepers for her.
Yes, I was about to say ice cream for some reason. I don't know
I
why.
didn't make you ice creams.
No,
I made
you
you
didn't.
octopuses and steampunk stuff.
Yeah, there's an octopus and some hats, and whoop, there goes the octopus.
Well, you make sweaters now, so I made you a beefy sweater progress keeper.
It is a beefy sweater progress keeper, and this corset doodad, which is
I can't pronounce the name of it's a European thing, and it's definitely not in English, but it's a series of rings, and I think I gave you 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
And then I put a little corset stitch marker progress keeper trinket thing on the bottom. So when you're doing your sleeve decreases, you can start at the top ring, and then each time you do a round, you can move down to the next ring, down to the next ring, down to the next ring till you get to the corset. Then you know you're on a decrease row.
Which is so cool.
I know.
I love it.
Because let's be honest, we all forget to tick the boxes. We all forget to mark our rows. It just happens. So I was like, nah, Dinah makes sweaters now. She needs some sweater progress keepers, and she needs a keep track of her decrease rows sleeve maker.
I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
I managed to save this from the packing specifically.
I'm just happy you got it, because last episode I was like, you're not here and your presents are done. Ah! Alright. I have 3 other things. Am I still going?
I have 3 things.
Cool, then I will do one more. I will do my last finished object.
Okay.
3 FOs in 1 week. Technically it was 2
weeks. It's 2 weeks.
I finished my floor rug.
Woo!
It's actually been living on my floor for a week. Notice how I still have not woven in the end.
Is it ever going to get woven in?
Maybe. At some point. Possibly before my mom comes home. I wanted a floor rug to go under my feet when I get in and out of bed, because I got addicted to putting my feet down on a crocheted rug when I was making the rug to go under my spinning wheel, which I finished 2 weeks ago?
Something like that?
Anyway, recently. So I held 2 yarns together and went, cool, well, I know how to make a circle into a square, because we did a whole year of granny squares. I learned that one.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be that much harder to turn a circle into a slight rectangle, right?
Yeah.
It's not. So I held 2 yarns together for marled, a Brava from Knit Picks in a eggplant purpley color, and some leftover glacial yarn, which was the Barcelona line from Loops and Threads. So we are 100% acrylic, so I can step on it, walk on it, the cat can sleep on it, she can chew it, because that'll happen at some point. There'll be a toy underneath. And I can wash and dry this thing with all my other little rugs and things, because I don't have carpets. I have hardwood, and that's how I likes it. So I did my one. I'm going to do another one. Took about 2 full skeins of Brava. So about 200 grams worth, 200 grams of bulky, 400 grams of bulky in 2 colors on a 9mm hook. I have a little bit left over, like a fourth of a skein or something of each. So I'm going to make another one for the other side of the bed. At some point. I don't know. Not right now, but it's going to happen because I'm over rug making, which is not unusual if you guys watch. I have intense moments of craft all the things, and then I abandon stuff for a while. It's how it works for me. But I'm done with all my crochet stuff, so I just have knitting projects left.
Yeah, this is...
What are you doing?
I need to stuff that back in. Okay, well, I'll fix that in a second. But
Okay.
I finished the repairs on Jocelyn's mittens that I made a long time ago. She wore out all the thrumming, like it was barely there anymore, so I re-added all the thrumming.
I loved those mittens to death.
In fact, the yarn that I knit them out of is in great shape. I just I took my gleaner to them and like defuzzed them, and they look great. And then I just added back the thrumming and then washed them, and they took 3 days to dry.
Well, the thrumming doesn't dry quickly at all.
No, it does not.
And the bulky yarn you knit on also doesn't dry quickly.
No.
So combined, it takes me a while for those bed. Like I wash them at the start and end of their seasons.
Yeah.
So they take a while.
So these are all nice and clean and have been returned to their owner.
Yeah, I got them yesterday.
And I just realized there's a bit of thrumming sticking out here, so I'm just going to stuff that back in before I pass these back.
Sure.
But yeah, repairing the thrumming on mittens, not that hard. It takes roughly an hour and a half.
Beautiful.
while you're talking and doing other things.
Yeah, we were recording.
If you're a little more focused, it probably goes a little bit faster.
That's fine. We were recording, having fun.
Have your mittens.
Diana Mittens are back just in time for more Diana Mitten season.
Yep.
Woohoo! Next project, wear them out again. I really
Fix your
like
own
those
threads
mittens.
this time.
Yeah, you were gonna bring me some of the thrumming.
Yeah, I totally was.
Cool.
I will remember that when I get home.
Got it.
We were also going to take my measurements so that
Yes.
you might make me a dinosaur cardigan.
I can make you a dinosaur cardigan because they come in adult sizes.
I might be getting a dinosaur cardigan.
Yep, I do that.
Am I still going?
I've got my socks and my sweater.
Alright, I also have 2 more things.
Cool, in which case I will go. I am currently working on my harvest cardigan, which is my cardigan or my sweater for the podcast anniversary knit along this year, which is, by the way, guys, only running until the end of March. Jocelyn needs to go faster. So I didn't cast anything on this weekend, even though I really badly wanted to, because I really need to get this sweater done. I'd like to have it finished so I can wear it. And April is sort of perfect sweater wearing month for me here. Not for everybody, but for me, it's perfect sweater wearing month. So I am well past my shoulders now by a couple of inches, and I'm literally just working on the body. Now, this is by Tin Can Knits. It's what their free sort of staple sweater patterns. I always wanted to make it because I just liked the look of it, because I like the garter border around it, and I liked the fit of it because it's just a nice A-frame open cardigan, which is exactly what Jocelyn wears all the time. I'm mid-row here, guys, so we're going to be a little scrunched on the needles. So, here we are. I got some armholes. Stick my hand in here, which is great. I am slowly making my way down the body. It calls pattern-wise to knit till you have a back that's about 16.5 inches. I need longer. I'm just a little bit taller, and where I like my cardigans to sit is not like bang on mid hip or anything. I like it to sit just below my butt. So I'm gonna knit more. So I have extra yarn, that's not a problem. I did make one hack because when I knit in the round, it's inside out and backwards. That's always a delight. I just bound off my sleeve stitches instead of putting them on waste yarn, because I know I'm going to be knitting my sleeves separately and then turning the cardigan and the sweater sleeves inside out and just sewing them together, which does 2 things for me. One, it tells me which way the sweater is inside out and right side out, because my seam will be on the inside, because I visually can't tell the difference with this dark of a yarn, and I'm working in a cranberry, which is a nice like kind of deep jewelry red color, which looks great on me, and I can see the stitches when I'm knitting them, but I can't see the stitches once they're just against each other. So Diana assures me it looks good.
It does look good. Doesn't
Which
it
is
look
great.
good? It looks good.
It looks good. I am doing a 51-inch bust size. My bust is 52 inches, but I prefer 0 to negative ease around the girls because the rest of me is quite small compared to them. So it just makes for a better fit across my back and stuff. Because if I made it to be like 2 or 3 inches positive ease around the chest, there's too much back. And it hangs funny. So that's not going to work. So I did that, which is great. This is, again, more Knit Picks yarn. This is the wool of the Andes. I freaking love the wool of the Andes. It's just a really nice, it's like the stitch definition's lovely from what I've been able to see. And it's knitting up beautifully. So I'm very excited to wear this as I feel up my boobs as I hold my sweater up. That's how that works, right, guys?
Absolutely.
So I definitely have a sweater top. I mean, if I did 2 more inches, I could crop top it and call it done, but that's not going to happen. We're going all the way. I did start my sleeves because I could do them separately, and I started them on my DPNs, and I like the look of DPN sweater sleeves. I hate working on DPNs, and I have to remember I don't like working on DPNs. Don't do it. So then I was like, okay, well, I'll rip it out and I'll just go find a spare 5mm needle, right? Nope, I don't have one. I have 4 shawls on the go, and I knit fingering weight shawls at a 4mm size hook, like needle. I still have 4 spare 4mm needles. I have spare 3.25s, 3.5s, 4.5s, 6s, 8s, 9s. But
not
only
a single letter 5?
Only 1 5mm needle. And it's currently on a sweater.
Well,
So, gonna fix that problem later this year and buy another 5mm needle, because that's just ridiculous. I need 2.
definitely.
So, that's what I'm working on today. I'm just puttering through the sweater. Mostly because I got like 18 to 20 inches of worsted weight sweater knitting I have to do this week, because I need to be working on sleeves next week so I can sew it together before the end of the month. I got long arms. 2 sleeves is a whole 5 or 6 days worth of work for me. So that's gotta happen. Yikes.
Yeah, my sweater's just, it's not gonna happen for the end of the month, but I think we all knew that. That's my MO. That's how I go.
It's your shtick.
It is.
It's your thing. I'm trying to have this, if I got this done by the end of the month, then I've done another one in like a month. Because when I sat down and cracked out the mallow, I was done in about a month. So if I sit down and really get cracking on this one, I can be done in about a month. Because I cast it on like, what, late February? Early February? I don't remember.
I also don't remember. You all probably remember better than we do.
Yes. And I appreciate your guys' memory so much, you guys.
Alright, shall I talk about my...
Well, I only have one more
strings
thing,
here?
so
Okay.
you're up.
I'm gonna jump in with my thing here. I'm working on a blanket. Woo! I did that much progress from this little blue clippy stitch marker here. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. 4 rows in 2 weeks. Ah, that's sad.
You literally got left 3/4 of an apartment to pack?
Yeah, I did.
You need to be talking to the mister about that? That's not okay.
Oh, I have. We have had words.
Good.
And more words. And yet more words.
Good.
And
You
there will
better
be more words.
You better have whiskey and chocolate for you when you get there.
I believe there already is whiskey and chocolate.
Good.
Anyway, it's coming along. There's the second corner, so it's coming along to the top of the blanket. The rows are getting shorter. It's getting speedier. It's a large blanket that I can't fit entirely on the screen right now.
It literally covers the top of my queen-size bed.
It does. I'm excited.
It won't fit on a YouTube screen. It's not gonna fit.
It's wait, if I do like this,
It's a one heck of a blanket shawl, though.
it yeah. If we go like that, and then no, I just look like I'm buried in a project.
You are buried in a project.
As I'm not buried in a, I'm buried in a project. Yeah. So it's coming along. It looks nice. It's not meant to be a shawl.
No. It's gonna go great
Despite how I'm wearing it.
when you're all done.
I somehow wound up with like 3 more balls of white than I need. But I have the right amount of gold. I have the right amount of red. I was short by a ball on black. And I've got at least 3 more balls of white than I actually need. And I'm so certain I did the math correctly when I went to buy the yarn. So I think that's a pattern issue.
I don't know. We would have to take a look to see who else has made the pattern and what their comments are on their yarn usage.
Yeah. I also substituted yarn, so I had to work out yardages, but I'm so certain I did that correctly.
We spent a lot of time in Michael's while you were doing math. Not that that was a hardship for me.
Well, because it says I was supposed to have the same amount of color B and D, so
Yes.
white and gold.
Yeah.
So presumably I bought the same amount of white and gold, so why do I have so much more white left over than gold?
That, or you just randomly have 3 skeins of gold floating somewhere and you haven't seen them.
It's possible.
I don't know. It's been a long time since we were at Michael's and buying that yarn, so
I don't know.
I don't quite remember.
It's like this pattern just doesn't use a lot of the white.
Nope. Don't get me wrong, guys. I already was like, hey, if that white accidentally gets left here, it will be used.
You know what? It might.
Then you don't have to take it with you and go, when am I going to use some off-white acrylic yarn? You know Jocelyn loves white.
This is true.
And has no problem knitting in acrylic. Or crocheting in acrylic. So, like, I will find a home for it, no problem.
You may get gifted a few balls next week, then.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
So,
Alright.
this is trucking along. I'm just going to keep trucking along. I got to change colors now. This is going to take some concentration.
That's alright, I gotta talk about my sock.
Sock away.
So, I'm working on a pair of Sally socks. I feel like I'm just a spokesperson for Knit Picks this week. So much Knit Picks going on. In my Erin Lane bag, my Sally Colorway Knit Pick socks. Coming up just fine. I am just finishing the white stripe. Apparently I've got extra yarn floating around here for some particular reason. I'm finishing up the third go. I put it on my foot to see if I was at my heel, because I've got like a rough estimation that my foot's about the length of my hand, minus like, so long as I'm not counting my toe box here. So long as I start measuring using my hand from where my sock is a sock and no longer a toe section. If I go from the bottom of my palm to the top of my fingers, I'm pretty much a full foot. It works out measurement-wise for my foot. So that's perfect, right? While you're knitting, if you were like, am I getting close? I can just check real quick. So I got to the point where I had to put it on my foot, and I'm like, I gotta finish the pink and white stripe, and I'm at my heel, right? You're like, Jocelyn, no problem. Why don't you finish your heel? Guys, I was worried about the amount of yarn I had left over. Because I'm making this slightly bigger than I make my other socks, so that when I injure my ankle again, which will happen, and my foot's slightly swollen, it'll still fit in my hand knit socks. So I'm making slightly larger hand knit socks. Just great, because I put it on my foot. It's quite comfortable, so this might be my new sock size. The downside is that means I haven't started the foot yet. I haven't started the leg of my sock yet, because I knit toe up. And I bought two 50-gram balls. It's about 100 grams, and I usually use about 100 grams when I knit socks. A little less, well, a lot less if I'm doing shorties, because then I don't do as much leg, right? But I don't have a ton left in this one ball that I'm working on. So I'm about 50% or just under 50% in the ball that I'm currently working on, which makes me worry that if I did the heel and I went all the way up, I might not have enough to do the full leg. Which would not be good, because I want a full leg on these Sally socks, because the Jack socks have a full leg. So, like, they need to be full socks, right? So I was like, Diana, I know what I want for my birthday. And Diana kindly bought me some gray contrast yarn that I can put in as a contrast heel on these socks, so that for sure I will have enough yarn to finish off the body of my foot. And if I have to, I'll do a contrast cuff, right? So I am feeling a lot more relaxed about leftover yardages. So this is making progress. It's puttering. It is my travel project. I am definitely going to have to sit down tonight or tomorrow and get the heel done, because I don't travel when I'm working on my heel. It takes a little bit of thinking for me. I am doing the garter heels right now, which I am super loving the squish factor on when I wear my garter heel socks. So I am happily continuing progress with that. I knit on a 2.25 millimeter red lace ChiaoGoo needle, and I loves it. I loves it. Magic loop, toe up. There is no there's no pattern. It's just I go till I have a foot size, and then I go roundy, put in a heel, roundy, put in a cuff. That's it, guys. I knit plain socks, and I am happy doing that. I've seen some amazing sock patterns. I have some amazing sock patterns saved. I'm happy knitting, self-striping vanilla socks all the time. Brings me joy.
Yep.
All right, that's it for things I worked on.
All right, I have one last project. My travel project, which I believe on the last episode I had forgotten to bring to show off.
Yes.
So I'm partway through a round. Still, that's cool.
It's not my travel project. I don't know what to tell you.
I didn't travel this week, okay? I didn't work on them. I worked on them last week. But these are the mitts for my brother, the terribly cursed mitts that I started back in, like, July. The second mitten is finally almost done. I just have to knit another couple inches or so until it's at the top of my middle finger, because he's got much longer fingers than I do. So if I knit it to the top of my middle finger and then decrease, then it should be about the right size for him. His hands are the same width as mine. His fingers are just longer.
Yeah, it happens.
And then I will have a lovely pair of... I'm even absolutely certain I made a left mitten and a right mitten, and I'm so proud of myself. Because wouldn't that suck if I finished this mitten and I'm like, yeah! And then turns out I made two right mittens.
Oh my god.
No, I'm absolutely certain I did this correctly. So I'm very, very close to having...
You would be so mad at yourself.
I would be so mad. I'd be so angry. I'm also really glad he didn't want matching stripes, although honestly they almost do match.
Mm-hmm.
Weirdly. That's kind of neat. That was entirely unintentional. They weren't intended to match. Because I did ask, I do love him enough, I would have figured out how to do self-striping yarn with matching stripes and even make the thumb match the rest of the mitten. I do love him enough for that. And I love him even more because he said he didn't care.
Yes, but he also needs a knit sweater vest.
Oh, he does. He needs old man cardigans and sweater
Yes,
vests.
so badly.
Absolutely. He has asked for them. Not just I would make them and he would wear them to humor me. No, he has asked for old man cardigans and sweater vests. So I really need to knit my sweater, because the reason I haven't done this is because I need to knit a sweater for me, because the first thing you knit when you're learning a new thing is kind of nah. So I need to knit a thing for me so I can wear the nah thing and work it all out, and then I can make good things for everybody else.
I'm so making my cousin, the one who broke his elbow in 2 places and didn't make it to the birthday dinner.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an old man, tie wearing, dress shirt wearing history teacher.
Oh.
Yeah, he's getting a sweater vest, or an old man cardigan for his 30th birthday. He's 23. I've got time. I gotta find one that'll work for him. So I was talking with his mom, and his mom's like, he needs one of those for his 30th birthday. I feel like at 30, you're old enough. I can give you a sweater vest. It's fine. I mean, I joke about it with him now. Teaches young humans. I feel like that'd be hilarious and super necessary.
Super necessary.
He was the one where we were talking about the dinner before he broke his elbow, and he's like, "So all hail Caesar?" I'm like, yeah. Both history people. I was talking about dinner. I'm like, well, we're going for dinner, so there's food. Given who we're bringing, there's circuses. So, you know, it is technically a triumph. Which made him go, all hail Caesar. I'm like, exactly.
Alright.
No?
I mean, I can't deny it was a circus.
Jeez, yes. It was a good and delightful circus.
It was some clowning, some acting, it was some
singing. It was great. Really glad the restaurant wasn't very full, because, man, we could have annoyed people really quickly. Not that that would have stopped us.
No, it really wouldn't have. But then we were off in our corner, and nobody paid much attention to the table of 7 nerds trying to one-up each other with Dungeons and Dragons stories.
And boy, could we go.
Oh, yeah. We were there for, what, 3-4 hours?
We got there late, so we weren't there till after 7.
It was only slightly after 7.
And we left 9:30.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I got home slightly after 10.
Yeah. So however many hours that is, that's how long it took. And there's only 7 of us.
It was around 3 hours of nerd
chatting and eating and talking and visiting. It was perfect.
But nerds.
Yes. Because you didn't enjoy the YouTube videos Adam showed you?
Oh, yes. No, I thoroughly enjoyed the entire thing. It was a very enjoyable dinner. It was just...
Or Mr. B singing you his magic-themed Beauty and the Beast songs.
Yes.
We had fun, guys.
We need to make music videos for those.
Oh, so badly. So badly. Alright.
What are we talking about now?
You were done talking about your mittens, so we're on to the next section.
Yarn on the go.
We have been doing the things and going the places.
You went to a sauna.
I went to the Sauna Winnipeg experience, which was freaking amazing. It's a Nordic style spa. Sauna, sorry. I did not knit in the sauna. It starts at 110 degrees. The knitting needles, because I work in metal, would have bent, melted, or burnt my fingers. But I knit before and after.
I don't think they would have melted, but they might have burned you.
Yeah, they definitely would have bent and warped.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. So I did that, and that was amazing. But I knit beforehand because I obviously got to the forks earlier than everybody else, because buses.
Woo, buses.
It's a thing. So I enjoyed that. I took my sock, and I was working on my sock happily till everybody else showed up. So that was great. Maureen, who is one of my fellow competitors and the winner from the Winter Warrior Challenge, offered to take me with her when she went to the sauna experience. So I rounded out her group of 6.
Nice.
So that was so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And then I knit while I was at Diana's birthday party last Saturday.
Oh yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
I feel it's like ages ago.
No, I was literally 8 days ago.
You said only 8 days ago.
It was 8 days ago.
It's been a very long week.
Yes, it has. So I knit Diana, had a bunch of her coworkers and her family members out at Across the Board, and me and Miss Daria and Terry showed up from the knit club, and I sat and knit and ate lunch, and we played a board game, and then Daria was my bride and she had to go, so I went home. Worked out perfectly. Hey, super perfectly, because I needed cat food, and she kindly dropped me off at the cat food store,
Nice.
and the cat food was buy 10 for $10.
Perfect.
I know. I was so happy. So I did that. So then this week I haven't really done much.
We were at Wolseley yesterday.
We were shopping, not knitting.
Yes. Well, I may have not yet purchased somebody's birthday present. I may have had to purchase somebody's birthday present.
We would have to go to Wolseley Wool on the way to our Marshalls thing on Saturday morning. So I wasn't shocked when you said, hey, can we do that? I kind of went, no, that's fair.
I
thought
had
that might
intended
happen.
to do it earlier in the week, but the week had other plans for me.
Yes, it did. So that was fun. That was good because we got to squish all the new yarns that they got in.
Yeah.
They had some really nice yarns in, guys. Wolseley Wool is our local yarn store. So it is the Winnipeg independent yarn store.
The only one.
We have one.
We have one somehow. I feel like we should have more, but
We really should.
we don't. It's weird. They had some fun, eco-friendly, is this the word that I'm looking for?
Yeah, a lot of them were sustainable. So from start to finish, they're considered environmentally friendly, sustainable, growing, harvesting, dyeing.
I was really interested in that, I wrote it down, Rebound by Cascade
Yes.
was cotton and recycled plastic bottles.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
and it
sounds so
felt
cool.
amazing.
It feels really good.
So we're like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to order, because I just need so much yarn. I'm just gonna do an order for what I need, because I really liked the feel of that stuff.
It was nice.
Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe my
Wouldn't
Comfort
it?
Fade, cardi might have to be the Rebound.
I like it.
Yeah, so I feel like I need to go in and pick some colors and stuff, because oh man, if I'd had the money, I would have walked out with all of their off winter white that they had. I just would have bought all of it and figured out something for it, or how to stripe it into something later.
How much
That
weight
would've
does one person need?
All of the white. All of
Okay.
the white, guys. I need more white sweaters. Says me never. I have 5. And I won one. Because it was part of the swag for the Winter Warrior Challenge was a pullover hoodie with the type of Winter Warrior you were. I'm an ice enthusiast. And it's white. I didn't ask for white.
They just gave you white.
They asked us our sweater size and asked us to do the quiz that they had. So I did the quiz and I gave them my sweater set, like a hoodie sweater size, and why the size was the size it needed to be, so that it made sense. Otherwise, you're like, why do you need a men's extra large? It's for my arm length, and to put the girls in. Women's sweaters are too short.
Yes.
Too short. They're just too short. So I buy men's sweaters. That's fine. They fit me just fine. But I own 5 white sweaters, and one of them's a hoodie. I'm wearing one of my white cardigans now while we record.
Always more white.
I have enough white I can do a bleach load every week just in clothes.
Wow.
It's a lot of white.
That's impressive.
I know. I feel like, yeah. I love knitting in color, but I want to make some more neutral stuff to go with my excessively vibrant colored summer dresses.
Let's see, I knit all these bright colors, so I have these bright colored accessories, and now, since my latest closet purge, I have white, black, and gray
Sure.
to wear with my brightly colored knitted accessories.
I just wear all my colors together. Who cares?
It just worked out that way that I decided I didn't like the things that had color.
That's fine. Oh, I have that. I was wearing my green t-shirt yesterday. It's a forest green. How good is that going to look with my cranberry red sweater?
Oh, yeah.
So stoked, you guys. All right. That's for me. That's really it for Yarn on the Go. That's what I did. I bought things. Well, no, I had things bought for me. I had birthday presents. I can show you the skein of yarn that Diana bought me. It's super exciting, guys. It's light gray. It's sock yarn.
That's what she asked for.
It's what I needed. It's Regia. And it is, I'm sure it's got a color somewhere on here. You know what? It's Dove Gray. That's its color. I'm sure it's got a series of numbers or something, but this
Probably.
is going to make an excellent contrast heel and cuff. And I have leftover sock yarns from when I've done shorties with them, that if I have contrast toes, heels, and cuffs, I can get a whole other pair of socks out of them. So, ta-da! And I can make 100 grams go a really long way when they're only making toes, heels, and cuffs.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to have a lot of socks and stuff to work on. So I'm super excited. So I got that. And then I wasn't expecting any presents for dinner, because like the present to me for dinner is coming for dinner and spending time with me. But one of my good girlfriends, Miss Brandy, bought me some homespun Thick and Quick from Lion Brand. This will have a color. I got 2 skeins of it. This is super bulky. But I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to give it to Diana. I'll be like, hey, Diana, what color is that? Because I say green.
Barrington.
Yeah, I'm going to go with green.
I was going to go with purple.
Purple?
It's got like a green
What am
blue
I
in it.
seeing then?
I would say
Like
it's mainly purple, but it's definitely heathered with some like greeny blue.
Okay, so maybe that's what I'm picking up on. That's definitely more greeny blue than purple. I'm holding it up to the red cardigan to see if I can see the purple in it, because this is a purpley red.
It's definitely more blue purple.
Yeah. Either way, it's thick and quick. It's super bulky, and Jocelyn's going to be definitely enjoying making something out of this. And with 2 skeins, I can make a hat and a pair of mittens for myself.
Yep.
Ta-da!
For all those hats that you wear all the time.
Never wear. Never.
But you're going to make the
Never
hat
wear.
and mitten set anyway?
Why not? Why not? I've got that totally tubular yarn you got me. I gotta make my hat, which will match nothing. It's fine. I don't care that badly, guys. It doesn't have to match.
Does not.
And super bulky is just really squishy as mittens and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's how that's going to work. Background noise brought to you by housemates. Housemates randomly showering in the middle of the day since I have no idea when, but they just do. And we didn't close the door.
Should I go close the door?
Probably.
Okay.
Ah.
We're on to wool gathering.
We are on to wool gathering. We've got our 2 usual suspects as always. So first up is the podcast anniversary log. We have reached 3 years. We will officially do our 3rd year podcast next week, which will be delightful because Diana will be homeless and unemployed.
I will not be homeless. I will be unemployed. I will not be homeless. There is a 2-month overlap in my homes, thank you. I am not homeless.
You'll be living with your mom for a bit.
Well, so I will still have the apartment. There just won't be anything in it.
There's no point in you being in there if there's nothing in the apartment.
Yes, but I'm still not technically homeless. I'm just living elsewhere.
That was delightful a phrase. Also caused you pause.
Unemployed.
That's fine. I still
It's
love
only
you.
half true.
So we will be recording. We'll still be here because Diana is not leaving in a week. The roads are not that good, guys. No, there's going to be a week or 2 at least where she's just sort of in limbo because she waits for the roads to be good enough for her to take her road trip on. So
yeah,
that's totally fine. So that's going on. Technically, it'll be the second last episode before the podcast anniversary is finished because March finishes up in the middle of a week. Yeah. So we have like, what, a week and a half?
Lol.
I'm
not gonna get that done. That's not happening.
For a completed and full finished sweater. If you were watching this and you follow along in the chatter threads, I gave away 4 prizes this past week.
Woo!
They just randomly show up in your wish list. So again, as a reminder, for everyone who's entered in the FO thread, I have not pulled prizes for the FO thread yet. Update your wish list because I just randomly go in, find out how many things are going on, random number generate a couple of them, and pick something from your wish list. We gave away sweaters and a really freaking cool pair of socks. Hogwarts themed.
Ooh.
Like Slytherin house themed colorwork socks.
Ooh.
And I was like, oh no, these need to happen. This is your gift. I didn't even finish looking down the rest of the list. It was like her 3rd item on the list. I was like, nope, those. That's what you're getting. That is amazing. Those need to happen. I need pictures. I am not House Slytherin. I am Hufflepuff. feel like I should be prouder of that, but I'm not. Though technically, because I did resorting, I'm Ravenclaw. Because they weigh the books heavier, I guess, now. The love of reading and learning.
Oh.
Yeah,
For
which I mean...
for the which what?
For the Hogwarts school. Like the official J.K. Rowling Hogwarts school.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorted there, so...
I have chosen Ravenclaw for myself. I feel like that's fitting.
I sort of just stick with the first one. So I really rank loyalty and learning really high. So I could see how they have a bit of a problem with it.
Yeah.
But I'm not quite that hardcore learning. I just enjoy learning. I'm not all about the knowledge.
My job is to learn, so I'm all about the learning.
I mash up terms. It's fine. I don't mind.
I'm Ravenclaw.
So, I think I'm probably Hufflepuff, if I'm honest about it.
No
Not Gryffindor.
No Gryffindors up in here?
I'm not Gryffindor. I'm not sort of go charge into action good guyness. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, me neither.
Whatever. I'm fine with the house I'm in. I also got sorted for the North American house too, so I can't remember which house I got put into that one. So
I don't even know what the North American houses are.
I do, but I struggle to pronounce them correctly. So there. Because I enjoy Hogwarts and all the extra stuff that goes with it.
Don't we all?
I'm pretty sure there's people out there that don't, and that's okay.
They're incorrect.
Yeah, well...
They don't understand the joy.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You can or cannot, your choice. I really don't care. There's a lot of things I don't like that people think I'm crazy for. The number of times I get lectured because I don't enjoy pierogies is astonishing.
You are incorrect.
I am not incorrect. They're gross.
Pierogies are not gross.
Gross.
No, you're wrong.
But I also like pineapple on pizza.
I'm a very recent convert to that, instead of being gross, being okay.
But you gotta have, like, spicy sweet. So it can't just be, like, pineapple mellow. It's gotta be a strong flavor to go with it. Like, I like pepperoni and pineapple, because then you get the spicy sweet combo.
Okay.
I'm a fan of the pepperoni pineapple on a thin crust.
I think the one I had was, like, some kind of spicy chicken and pineapple.
That'll do, yeah.
It was alright,
yeah.
I gotta say.
Yeah. That's how pineapple should be done. I mean, for a long time it was pineapple and ham for me.
That is the classic combination.
That is classic. Now I sort of play around with my pizza toppings a little. I'm going to sneeze. The other thing we got going on is Patreon, but we need to do a cut. I need to blow my nose.
Actually, so do I, now that you mention it.
Just makes sense. Because we still got books and stuff to talk about.
Mm-hmm. I can't hear out of my
left ear. Maybe I made you coffee.
No, that was just to get the pressure to equalize. Oh, that's better. I can hear out of my ear now.
Draining sinuses.
It's a joy.
That's not the words I'd use. Alright. I shouldn't have done that.
You alright now?
Oh, goodness, I'm dying. Okay. So, let's talk Patreon, guys. That's the other thing we got going on. Patreon members will already know they get extra videos from me and Diana all the time. All the time now.
Every other week. No, wait. It is every week, but we trade weeks.
We trade weeks off, yeah. Works. Plus, I have a homemade house monthly video that goes up. Plus, we have a monthly knit in chat. Patreon's starting to become a really active thing. At some point, I will remember to start posting links to my book reading blog. So all sorts of book reading blogs will also start popping up for you guys. That's just dependent on me remembering. Which hasn't happened yet. It's because I do all of my book reading and writing on my phone or tablet, but I do all the Patreon stuff on the computer. So I just don't think about it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going on. So if you are a Patreon member, you already know you get a lot of us in your face all the time.
If this isn't enough of us, you can have more of us.
We do an experimental Tuesday once a week. Either Diana or myself record a little video, like 5 or 6 minutes, like just a short little video where we try something new. This coming Tuesday is a couscous salad because I've never made one before.
I am probably going to be filming my video next weekend in probably my mom's kitchen, so I don't know what I'm making yet.
Cool.
I also don't.
Experimentation.
I also might come over here and take over Jocelyn's kitchen.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know what I'm making. I don't know where I'm filming it.
Yeah.
I don't know anything. It's gonna be hyper experimental.
Yeah.
I might do that weird Turkish chicken dessert.
I get this message. So I'm at Safeway buying weird things. I'm gonna come take over your kitchen. You know what my reply is gonna be? Okay. I could use some ginger ale. You want to grab some? Oh, while you're already at the grocery store?
I need a this pan and a that pan. Can you make sure those are clean?
Can do. It's not hard. I've offered my kitchen. It's fine. I don't mind because I know it's up in the air for you. That's okay. Just wait till I get to my mom's. Then I'm recording in my mom's kitchen for a while. Things get truly weird out at my mother's house. We also have to do all of the cooking photos for all of the stuff for the family cookbook this year. Well, not too. The amount of just random food stuff I have to do.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of experimental Tuesday videos.
Well, not so much, because there's some things I don't want to make. Like, I don't want to do, like, a classic roast beef dinner with, like, green beans and stuff for, like, the family dinner section and just have me eating it, because then I'd be eating roast beef for, like, 7 days straight or something ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
But if I go and do it at my mom and dad's, we can do a classic dinner thing, get the really nice photos of it, and then my dad's there to help me eat, my mom's there to help me eat it. So, like, yeah. I'm not eating it for many days in a row, which is boring. Nobody wants to do that.
No.
So that's how that works, you guys. So that's going on. Patreon is, if you don't know, quick overview. If you can financially support favorite creators, a lot of the creators that you follow, know, love, stalk lightly on the internet, are on Patreon, and it's sort of a way to have a more, I want to say, intimate relationship. I'm not spitting that word out right either. I cannot word today. A more one-on-one, because it's a smaller group, it's a smaller community.
Yeah.
So it's a way to interact and to go, hey, I love what you do. Here's some money to help you do more of it, which as a creator is super appreciated.
Yeah.
I spent 8.5 hours editing a video that didn't even happen last week. It's not an insignificant amount of time that goes into these projects.
Yeah.
It's a lot. So it's super appreciated. It lets us do a lot of things in the background that you guys never see that just have to go on for content and stuff to go up. So it is appreciated. It is not necessary. If you cannot,
it's totally fine.
Super okay.
Share, like, subscribe. Smash that like.
Smash the like button.
Smash that like.
It's not like we don't like you just as much as we like everybody else. We like everybody equally. We all want to be friends and we all want to come fondle your knits. That's just how this works, guys. I really do love making your face just go, what came out of your mouth?
It's just the casual, we want to come fondle your knits. Like,
yes. Don't you want to just randomly go fondle Elsa's knits?
I don't know how to properly answer this.
I mean, the correct answer is yes. Always. Hello.
Just seems very euphemistic.
Oh, it's not even all. It's like, that's not subtle. That's broadside of the barn 2x4 to the head. These are things I want to come do. They're amazing. I love seeing people's knit projects and stuff. Like, you don't want to see Tale of Two Knitters Love Note in person? Yeah. Hello. They're just, Jenny. God, just boss. So good. Same with Gina. They're just, amazing people. We need to meet more of you in person. I need to get Diana traveling again. She's running out of life things. I'm about to put my foot down and tell her husband that's it.
I'm not allowed to have any more life things?
No more life things.
Okay.
Married, honeymoon, moved provinces.
No more life things.
No more life things.
Okay.
It's Jocelyn's turn. It's not how that works. But I'm going to pretend for right now that that's how that works. That's not how that works.
Pretty sure that's not how that works.
It's super not how that works. Oh, goodness. So, those are the two big gatherings as usual. Second last Saturday of the month, which I believe is this Saturday.
It's this Saturday. This Saturday, there is a slim chance that this Saturday will be the day that the movers show up, in which case I may or may not be present. But if the movers have been and gone, or they haven't showed up yet, then I will be there. So if I happen to not be present on Saturday, it's because I am actively putting things in a truck.
You shouldn't be doing any of that.
I am actively managing people putting things in a truck.
You're just supervising. You watch.
I'm supervising people putting things in a truck.
She's never moved with movers before.
I've never moved, really.
That's true. This is your first big move.
Yeah. moving from your parents' house very slowly into an apartment over the course of 3 weeks. I don't feel like that
Nope.
counts.
It doesn't. This
This
is a proper move.
This is a proper move.
Yep.
I've never done this before. It's very stressful.
Yes, it is.
Whole virus thing not making that any less stressful.
Oh, well, yeah. But that's a lot of just fear-mongering.
I hope so. I hope it's a whole lot of nothing. But on the other hand, if we severely overreact and it's a whole lot of nothing, I mean, great, it was nothing. On the other hand, if we underreact and then it's something, then maybe we should have overreacted more. So, anyway.
If it was going to be like Black Death, Spanish flu, we'd already be there.
Anyway, that's enough depressing things. I'm sure you didn't want to hear about coronavirus stuff on a knitting podcast.
I am so over the lack of common sense people are using right now. I'm over it. Over it.
Happier things. Moving on to happier things. Literature.
Where did I get that twisted up? Okay, cool.
We're reading things.
All the time. All the time.
You're reading more of the things.
Always. Always, always. Oh, I didn't pull out the books. Guys, I have physical copies of the books, but I didn't bother to grab them.
You were showing them off last week, but
I did.
Completely forgot to grab them.
I forgot to grab them. Okay, so I finished Son of a Trickster, and I finished From the Ashes.
Yeah.
And then there was one other.
Radicalized.
That's it. I finished those 3 for the Canada Read shortlist. They were supposed to start on Monday. They have been delayed. So the moment I found out about that, you can tell how much I've been enjoying small game hunting because I put it down. Which tells you right there what I think of that one. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with the books, but they don't always all appeal to me. That's not why I read the shortlist. I read the shortlist to sort of expand my mind, to try to see if stuff catches my eye and read different experiences and try different authors and try different styles of writing. And it doesn't always work out for me. I always enjoy at least 2 to 3 books. I have a favorite. I've got a couple that I enjoy that are just like middle of the pack. That was an enjoyable read. But there's always at least 1 or 2 every year. There's only 5 of them every year. That I'm like, yeah, I could have done without that. Not like, you know, peel my eyeballs out of my head. I couldn't stand it because I don't finish those.
Yeah, well, why would you? That sounds like torture.
Yeah, like I wouldn't do that. So it's like there's only one case in the last couple of years where I finished a book that I truly did not enjoy, and that was because it was I was trying to get the Sage for Book of Tomes, the Tome Topple. So I finished of Blood and something.
I don't know why you're looking at me. You read too many books. I can't keep track of them all.
I can't remember either. Anyway, I didn't like that one and gave it a bad review because I didn't enjoy it. But that's fine because it's been delayed and I'm not super enjoying small game hunting. I put it down so I can read some stuff that I do like. I've also literally, in a week and a half, have 2 month-long book things going on in April. So I've got some prep work to do this week to get a bunch of stuff done and choices made. There's the Magical Readathon, which runs all month long. It is based on Hogwarts. There's a shocker. This one happens to be your OWLs, Ordinary Wizarding Levels.
Mm-hmm.
So you pick a career, you have book challenges for different classes, and you go for scores and stuff and compete. And it's a month-long thing. So it's a big exam period. Air quotes on the exam part. Later in the year, they do newts. So I gotta finish going through the career guide because she did some updates for it. Like this lady puts in a lot of work, and it is an amazing readathon. But I gotta go in and I gotta pick my career and where my points are gonna be and like what I'm gonna aim for. And then there's also like a book cleanup thing that happens in April where you sort of spring clean your books, your TBRs, what you're doing, how you're doing things, and sort of hopefully make it less what in the world have I signed up for when it comes to reading is this many books. Which is enjoyable because it helps me go, you know, this has been on my TBR for 4 years. I'm not going to read it. Just let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go.
Go.
With or without the Frozen song, depending on how you feel about it. So that's going on. And then I really want to get some of the 52 Read Harder challenges done next month. So I got to go in and look at some inspirational, hey, you might enjoy reading this going on. Having said that, I downloaded 4 romance novels and started re-listening to the Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. It's just sort of background noise.
You read that one already, didn't you?
Yeah, it's the first of the 44 plus hour long audiobooks.
That's so many hours. I could drive to Waterloo and back on that one book. Wow.
Yeah, this just plays as background noise when I don't have podcasts going and stuff. Though Gastropod this week was all about licorice.
Ooh, oh
So
my
you
God,
need to listen to that one because 2 weeks from now they do white versus whole wheat.
I should just download a ton of gastropod podcasts.
You
to
really
listen
should
all the way out.
because that would be delightful to do.
Yeah.
Gastropod, ologies.
But also audiobooks. I could finish the Expanse series up to what's been released.
Yes. You gotta make some decisions, man. Your road trip's coming.
Decisions?
She's not good at that part.
No, I hate making decisions.
I tried to make her to pick a cup of coffee for me for yesterday for my birthday dinner. She couldn't do it. I had to pick my own. It's just a cup of coffee. It's not that hard.
Too many choices.
Well, I don't like booze. It kind of limits the options.
Still too many choices.
I picked my own.
Was it good?
Yeah. It was a cup of coffee. It was going to be good no matter how we did it. So that's my delight. But yeah, for me, book-wise, next week and a bit shouldn't, well, okay, I say shouldn't be too many. Like, don't be shocked if next week I've got like 3 done. But listen, as of right now, I don't plan on there being that many. I also downloaded 2 more romance novels to digitally read. So it's like, I literally just picked up 5 romance books. I need some light fluffy stuff. Not fluffy. Light and fluffy.
I've been enjoying my light fluffy reading. These Old Shades.
Yeah. Are you done? You gotta hand that book back.
I know, I gotta finish it, and it's not gonna get done for my last day of work is Tuesday, but we're all working from home now, so it doesn't really matter because I can't hand it back to the guy anyway. I'll just drop it off at the front desk for him.
No, Susanna, I'm not telling her what your comment was about the book under the podcasts. She has to go find it for herself or figure it out when she gets there.
What?
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 Read the YouTube comments.
I'm gonna tell you not to read the YouTube comments. I guess ours are actually okay, though.
Ours are fine.
Okay.
We have a good community.
That is good. I appreciate that.
If anybody gets rude, I just block them. I don't tolerate that nonsense.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Good moderation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I've been really enjoying These Old Shades. The level of drama is just so great. It's just frivolous drama, and I am imagining it as an anime in my head, and that just makes it even better. It is that level of stupid drama.
Love it.
It's so great. And they also put in so much description of what everybody's wearing, so my costuming is just like, oh, but this is so pretty!
Intense? That's fair, yeah.
So, I'm highly enjoying that book.
I know what I should finish this week. I should finish reading The Idiot by Dostoevsky. Can't do it. Famous Russian author. Cannot do his name.
Dostoevsky. Stovsky.
Dostoevsky? I think it's Dostoevsky.
I don't know, it ended in ski.
Anybody who can speak Russian is probably yelling at me right now, and that's super fair.
I've also been continuing to listen to The Expanse. Not very much, to be honest, because
there's no commuting?
No commuting, and people are always over when I'm packing, so still no audiobooking.
That's not my fault or any of your friends' faults.
Nope. No. I think I listened to it while I was doing a week's worth of dishes the other day, and that's about the only listening I've done to The Expanse.
A week's worth of dishes?
Well, one person doesn't make that many dishes in a week.
You're talking to the person who's lived alone or by herself since she was like 19 and never been married. You think I don't know how many dishes a single person goes through?
A single person who's not cooking their own food. How about that?
Well, I have to. I wouldn't if I didn't, but I do.
I mean, Chris was back, so there was a lot of leftovers.
That's fair.
And then my mom came over, so there was more leftovers. I don't have to cook my own food, I just have to reheat it.
My mom buys things like ice cream bars and stuff, so it's like the good stuff comes home when my mom's here. She's like, oh, stewing beef was on sale, so I bought you 4 packages worth. Cool.
Whoa. Also,
here's some ice cream that's Jocelyn friendly, and I found some snack bars, and here's some coconut chips, and oh, these are your potato chips. Like, sure. My taste buds love you. My waistline might not agree with you so much. But that's okay. They leave things here too. So like Dad's got a bottle of rum on the counter. And my mom's got a box of Insta like oatmeal packets that she likes to eat.
Makes sense.
Yep.
I just got leftover spaghetti in my fridge right now.
I should make a loaf of bread tonight. That's what I should do. That's what I'm going to do when we're done podcasting. I'm going to make a loaf of bread.
Sounds like a great idea. I wish I wasn't so tired. I'd do that too.
You get home and start yourself a loaf of bread.
I gotta do laundry and I gotta pack more.
Yeah. Sorry, you can't start a loaf of bread, start laundry. Once it's started, you have a bread machine. You don't have to do anything with it till it's done. Just eat it.
I don't actually like the bread machine all that much. I gave it to my dad.
Yeah? I love my sister's bread machine.
But I do have a stand mixer, and that can do all the hard work for me. So maybe we'll see. I also still have like half a loaf of store-bought bread in the fridge that I should probably finish first.
That you should probably do first. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't have store-bought bread.
Yeah.
Because whenever Mr. Ben comes over, he brings buns, and then he eats them all. Only the dinner rolls. He brings home like crusty buns and stuff to be his carbs with dinner.
Mm-hmm.
He leaves some of those behind, so that's a delightful treat. But if it's the dinner rolls, they're gone.
Those are delicious,
The
though.
butter pan dinner rolls
Those are good.
don't last.
No.
They don't last.
No. That's why they have like 6 packages at Christmas.
Yes,
They're good.
they're really good. All right.
No, we talked about food in the book section.
We talk about food all the way through, if we're honest.
Yes, that's true. I think that's it.
That's it?
I think that.
We've reached the end?
Maybe.
I don't know. You got the show notes.
We're at the bottom of the page.
That doesn't necessarily mean we're done the show notes.
No.
It just means we've run out of page.
We have reached the end of the show notes.
Excellent.
I don't know if that's the end of the show.
Well, I mean, if that's all we got written down, we're done.
Cool. Well, then we're done.
I'm gonna go make a loaf of bread and take Diana's measurements. That doesn't sound creepy at all. Yep, that works. I'll say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
We're going to finish this square.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm mid-row again.